Welcome to Hinton Comet football at Jim Sire Field. Tonight's game between the Hinton Comets and the Tonkawa Buccaneers. Hinton comes in at 4-2, 0-2 in district play with an 18-16 loss to Oklahoma Christian Academy and a 12-0 loss 2 weeks ago at Cashin. Comets coming off a bye week, getting healthy. Captains tonight for the Comets are 52 Josh Ralston, 25 Tyler Strong, 67 Case Bowling, and number 7 Seth Spady. Tonkawa comes in at 6-1. They are 3-0 in district play, coming off a 47-12 victory at Oklahoma Christian Academy last week. And they are ranked 8th in the state in Class A. Pivotal matchup for the Comets, needing to win this game and one more to have a good shot at making the playoffs. They have this week Tonkawa at home, next week Crescent at home, and then they finish up at Watonga. Could be a pivotal matchup, the last game of the season. Captains for the Buccaneers are number 60, Jake Morgan, and number 30, Noah Campbell. And both teams come out on the field. We're about set to get underway. Tonkawa will be kicking away to start the game. Comets will receive it, moving west to east in their red tops. Tonkawa in their white tops, black bottoms. And it'll be Tyler Strong back to receive. Set to kick for the Buccaneers is 68, Brendan Ochoa. And we are officially underway. A low kick. It'll go to the up man, Roderick Sowers. Fumbles it a little bit, makes a couple of moves, gets past a couple tacklers, up to the 40. Close to the 40. He'll be dropped down at the 37.5-yard line, we'll call it. And the Comets will get started on offense. Offense has improved over the last few games. Their identity is really just controlling clock and allowing their defense to rest. Their defense is their strong point. A lot of good linemen, a lot of good linebackers. Safeties have played well. Levi Taylor in the pistol. Jake Wright to his left. Tyler Strong in the backfield. Tyler Strong gets the handoff, and it'll be a gain of probably a half a yard. Tyler Strong will be running the tailback position most of the night, as Jake Wright will be the fullback. Sometimes if Tyler Strong needs a break, Jake Wright will flip over to that tailback position. The two wideouts are Braden Strong and Roderick Sowers. And this offensive line is a veteran group, all returning starters from last year. Taylor with the snap. Quick pass to Hunter Helms. And there's going to be a whistle and a false start on the Comets. The play may have gone for a few more yards. He caught it about 3 yards in front of the line of scrimmage, and he had a little bit of room as Tonkawa was sagged off in coverage. Looks like it might be a little zone defense. Possibly playing for the run, as the Comets like to run the ball. Handoff Jake Wright, and there he's swarmed in the backfield at the 31-yard line. That's going to be third down and long. Roughly about 15 yards. Comets may look to play field position and just run this ball. They could pass it and take a chance early on, but not really necessary, as good as their defense plays. It'll be three wide. Tyler Strong is going to go into the slot position. Levi Taylor rolls right. He's just going to keep it himself, and he's swarmed in the backfield. That's going to be a sack. 3-yard loss, and that'll bring up fourth down for the Comets. Not a good start so far. Defense going to come onto the field, hopefully gain some momentum for the Comets. Ralston will be back to punt it away. He's had a good leg this year, really improved from the last couple of years. And it's a spiraling kick. It's off the side of his foot. Not a great kick, but he got some distance on it, and it'll be spotted at the 45.5-yard line. And the Buccaneers will take over. 9:43 remaining first quarter. A lot of returning starters on this defense. Losing only one from last year's squad. I formation for the Buccaneers. It's Morgan at the quarterback position. Dalton Pierce. And he pitches it. Breaks away from a tackler. He's going to go back to the near sideline. He's got room to run. Thought there may have been holding. That was Cam Jackson on the run for the Buccaneers. It looked like he was swarmed about 7 yards back behind the line of scrimmage, but he peeled away from the defender. Didn't quite catch who that was for the Comets, and he found some room on this near sideline and got his team a first down and in Comet territory at the 43-yard line. I formation again, 2 wide. Jackson in the backfield, Pierce at the quarterback position. And there's a fumble on the ground. And Seth Spady falls on it. Just a miscue by the quarterback. And Cam Jackson, the running back. And Seth Spady falls on it, and the Comets catch a break and have the ball right about midfield. They got a second chance to start out well with this offense. Another correction. I'm sorry, that is handoff to Jake Wright up the middle, and he gets across the 50-yard line. A reasonable gain for the Comets, a gain of about 4, 2nd and 6. Comets went with the I formation on that play. Jake Wright will move up to the line of scrimmage. Levi Taylor in the shotgun. Tyler Strong in motion. Fakes the handoff. Levi Taylor does. He's going to gain a couple on the play. 3rd and manageable. Will be about 3rd and 4 for the Comets. Possibly 4 down territory. Definitely if you get to that 40-yard line, Grant Potter is one that usually goes for it instead of punting. Comets are usually fairly successful on 3rd and 4th down. As they get the signal from the sideline, they'll take their time and call all the plays from the sideline. Don't really huddle up, but don't run a hurry-up offense. Shotgun set. Jake Wright to Levi Taylor's right. Drops back to pass. Levi Taylor. Roderick Sowers catches one, makes one move. And he's going to get about 1.5 yards on the play. Be 4th and 3. And as predicted, the Comets will go for it on this play. Like I said, Comets are pretty solid on defense. They trust their defense. They're going to take their time making this play call, running this play clock down quite a bit. 6:58 remaining in the quarter. 0-0, I formation. Helms and Sowers out wide. Fakes the pitch. Jake Wright gets it. He's up the middle. And he does have enough for the first down. Gets it down to the 40-yard line. Jake Wright putting both arms across the ball and just lowering his head and powering through people. There was a huge hole created by this veteran offensive line. A lot of the runs that we're going to see tonight are credit to that offensive line. Our running backs do make guys miss, but that offensive line sure is helpful. You got Seth Spady at the tight end position. Usually creates a lot of room. We like to run to that side. Levi Taylor hands it off to Tyler Strong. Tyler Strong pauses for a second. Very patient. Didn't really hesitate. He was just being patient on that run, waiting for an extra blocker. That's going to be a gain of, we'll call it 3, 2nd and 7. Coming up on 6 minutes remaining to play. Tyler Strong with the carry up the middle. And he rolls across the defender. He's going to be very close to a first down. It'll be third and really short. Maybe a yard. Grant Potter waiting patiently. This play clock running down to 20 seconds. They probably won't snap it north of 10 for most of the night. I formation again. Handoff Jake Wright. He's got the first down up to the 30-yard line. They may have to come measure. This is close enough. It's going to be fourth and short. The line to gain is just beyond that 30-yard line. Comets absolutely will go for it. They're going to take their time calling this play. Official timeout taken to measure. There's going to be official timeout to measure. See if this is first down. 4:34 remaining. Comets get a free timeout to draw up the best play possible to convert this fourth down. You don't have very far to go. Maybe a quarterback sneak. Maybe run a Jake Wright up the middle. You got to imagine Levi Taylor or Jake Wright will probably have the ball in their hands. They may go to that power set where a lineman and a fullback set up on the right side behind the line of scrimmage. And it is going to be considered a first down. Line to gain was the 30. They got to the 30. We'll have a new set of downs for the Comets as the clock is going to continue to roll. Comets already have a play in. Play clock down to 9, 8, 7. Levi Taylor, shotgun set, Strong in motion, fakes the handoff, drops back to pass, has a man deep, and he just overshoots him. Threw it a little bit behind him. Good ball. Maybe miscommunication on the route and where Levi Taylor wanted to throw that ball. Roderick Sowers on the post route. Really had his man beat. You kind of got to put that ball in a pretty perfect spot as there was two safeties deep. He had his man beat at the line of scrimmage with a safety on both sides. Prevented anything from happening. Ball was thrown behind him a little bit. We'll move on. Second down. Pistol set. Snap's good. Handoff. Tyler Strong. He cuts outside. Cuts back middle. A lot of running for a 3-yard gain. It'll be third down and 7. He really had to cut in and out right there. There wasn't a big hole right away. I think it was meant to go to the inside. He had to cut out and then come back in. 3:43 remaining first quarter. 4 down territory for the Comets for sure, being inside the 30. Jake Wright will line up behind the right side of the line of scrimmage. Tyler Strong will go out wide, empty back. Fakes it to Tyler Strong, cuts back middle, does Levi Taylor, gets across the 25. It's going to be about 4th and 4. Levi Taylor faked the handoff to Tyler Strong, coming in motion from that slot position. Cut middle, just a real quick cut, and then steps back outside. Good move by Levi Taylor to get a manageable 4th down here. If you don't convert, you have great field position for your defense and may go into the second quarter with still a 0-0 ball game, unless the Comets can put one in right here. Pistol set. Drops back to pass. Quick one to Roderick Sowers. He's close to the 20-yard line. We'll see if they called for progress, and they do. The 20-yard line was the line to gain. That's right where Roderick Sowers caught it. He was drugged backwards. But forward progress will call for a first down. There's an injured player on the field. 2:38 remaining first quarter. We'll cut to a break while the trainers tend to the injured player.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers.
Talk about a win-win.
Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
Feeding the industry.
The injured Buccaneer on the play was Jake Randall. Not exactly sure what happened. He's walking gingerly on his right side, so we hope he's okay. Comets gained a first down on the previous play. Ball is at the 20-yard line in the red zone. 2:38 remaining, first quarter. As the Comets look to, as usual, control the time of possession and get on the board first. Really good about controlling time of possession. As long as they don't turn the ball over, they do a really good job of keeping that ball. Shotgun set, 2 wide, 2 tight ends. Jake Wright to Levi Taylor's left. Levi Taylor's going to take it himself. He's got room, breaks it outside, gets to the 15, and he's dropped close to the 14-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 5. It'll be second and 5. 2:14 remaining. Clock continues to roll. Coach Potter taking his time getting his signals in. As usual, the Comets won't snap this at any point north of 20 seconds. Usually take it down to about 10 before they decide to snap it. As right now the clock's at 10. Shotgun set, 2 to the far sideline. That's Helms and Sowers. Taylor takes the snap, rolls to his right, gets a block from Jake Wright, a good block. And he probably should have cut it back in a little bit sooner. He had the good initial block, but if he cuts it back in a little bit sooner, he may have gained a yard or 2 more, as that was a run for no gain. It'll be 3rd and 5 with 1:25 remaining, first quarter. The Comets wait patiently. They'll run this clock completely out on this possession, more than likely, unless they put the ball in the end zone right here. Shotgun set, 2 tight ends, 2 wide, 1 to each side. Jake Wright in the backfield. Levi Taylor takes it to his left, gets a block from Jake Wright. Again, just cut it back in a little too late. He's trying to follow Jake Wright's block, but I think he's wanting to go outside of that, and really he needs to cut back inside. Has a little more room. It'll be 4th and 6. 40 seconds remain. This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Tyler Strong comes back onto the field after a quick break. 10 seconds on the play clock. Comets again taking their time. Grant Potter's going to call a timeout right here with 17 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Your ball game is 0-0. We'll go to a quick commercial.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities.
Because we're in your communities, with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games, so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
And the Comets are back in shotgun set. Levi Taylor drops back to pass. He breaks out of a tackle, loses the ball. That's going to be Tonkawa football. Just an unfortunate event right there. A blindside strip sack by the Buccaneers. Levi Taylor didn't really have anybody open early. Receivers were trying to create space, obviously looking for a pass right there on 4th down. 10 seconds remaining first quarter. Tonkawa is going to take over at the 19-yard line, their own 19-yard line. However, the positive thing out of that possession is Comets chewed a lot of clock, which is what they want to do. Their defense is in a good position, and they'll end up creating a turnover. Shotgun set, drops back to pass. No, hands it off to Jackson. Jackson spins out of a bunch of tackles. He's speedy. He's down the far sideline, up to the 47. And that is Ryan Morgan at quarterback for the Buccaneers. A little confusion earlier, wasn't quite reading his number. And that's going to take us to the end of this quarter. No, clock has stopped with 1 second left. Tyler Strong. Took a hard hit. He met Cam Jackson to stop him, and Tyler Strong just fell backwards. I don't know if he hit his head on the ground. There will be 1 second remaining in the first quarter.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back, always. We understand what you're going through.
And the good news is Tyler Strong is walking off under his own power. I think he may have hit his head on the ground as he tried to tackle Cam Jackson. Cam Jackson just kind of lowered his shoulder and had the momentum as Tyler Strong was running a little bit backwards and maybe it banged his head on the ground. I'm sure it does not feel good, and we'll move on to the second quarter. Be a fresh set of downs for the Buccaneers, and we'll flip the field.
Sue Woodring, we have a card in the press box. If you're missing it, Sue Woodring. If a card is missing, please come pick it up in the press box at the top of the home stand.
Ball is going to be at the Buccaneer 47-yard line. They'll be going west to east now. Comets will be going east to west. We are scoreless here in the first quarter, into the first quarter, excuse me. We hope Tyler Strong's okay. Both teams trotting back out there and they're ready to go. Comets in a 4-3 defensive set, shotgun set. Morgan takes the snap. He's going to take it himself, kind of halfway fakes a pitch. Look, kind of slowed down, looked like he was going to pitch it, and Comets are really watching Jackson. He's a great player. They do not want him to have any big plays. He's had a couple so far. Part of the reason why Morgan was so open on that run is he slow played the pitch and just bursted up the middle. 2nd and 2 for the Buccaneers. Jackson again in the backfield next to Morgan. Shotgun set. Morgan fumbles the snap a little bit. Cam Jackson gets it, and he just bursts up the middle, and he's breaking tackles left and right.
Carries it up for a first down. Tackle made by Hunter Helms, Jake Wright. Carry.
Comets definitely are going to have to make adjustments on how they approach. Bringing Cam Jackson down, they're just going to have to wrap up, maybe put a spy on him. As Morgan bobbled that snap a little bit, but Cam Jackson comes and kind of takes it away from him and bursts up the middle for a new set of downs for the Bucks. 3 receivers near sideline. Man in motion. He gets the handoff. He's going up the far sideline, making moves, cutting in and out. And he gets in the end zone. Touchdown. Buccaneers. That's Kai Day on the run. I think so much focus on Cam Jackson. Kai Day goes into motion, takes the jet sweep handoff, just cuts in and out, making his way to that far sideline. And once he hit that sideline, he's in the end zone for 6. Point after. Snap good, ball down, kick on the way, and it's good. 7-0, 10:38 remaining, 2nd quarter. You're hitting Comets trail, the Tonkawa Buccaneers.
Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples, Nix, and Diesel Horst, and we are here to help.
And we're back with you after that short break. Buccaneers Kai Day puts it in the end zone. Brennan Ochoa good on the extra point. It's 7-0 Tonkawa Buccaneers over your Hinton Comets. 10:38 remaining in the 2nd quarter. Ochoa boots it. Another short end over end kick. It bounces a couple times. Brady Strong takes it. He's going to go towards the far sideline, cuts it back in the middle, lowers his head and kind of stumbles a bit, gets it across the 30. He'll be at the 32-yard line. Not bad field position. Good return by Braden Strong. The Comets looking to capitalize. Really, their last possession wasn't a bad possession, just 4th down and 5. You kind of got to get creative in order to get that first down. Levi Taylor tries to improvise and let's go with the ball. And sometimes those things happen, mistakes, errors, they're going to happen. Be a pistol set.
Timeout taken by Tonkawa. The first timeout taken.
Tonkawa's going to take a timeout right into this possession. Don't know if they had personnel issues or if they just wanted to see what the Comets were coming out in. Nevertheless, they'll have 2 timeouts remaining in the half, 10:32 remaining. Again, the Buccaneers come in at 6-1, tied for 1st in the district with Cashin, ranked 8th in the state. Comets come in at 4-2, 0-2 in district play, 2 close ball games that they had every chance to win. Just couldn't find the end zone enough in both games. Coming off a bye week, they are fresh tonight. Coming out in the pistol set again. Handoff, Jake Wright, up the middle, powers through, gets up to the 35 and just across it. It'll be 2nd and 7 for the Comets, taking their time getting the play in. Wide receivers are Braden Strong and Roderick Sowers. Roderick Sowers on the far sideline. You wonder if we find a way to put the ball in Seth Spady's hands. Last year, he was one of our leading rushers. Moved him to the line to get a little bit more blocking on the outside, that tight end position. I formation, fakes the pitch, hands off to Jake Wright. He's met immediately. Excuse me, that's Graydon DeVinny. Jake Wright has moved to the tailback position with the injury to Tyler Strong. That'll bring freshman Graydon DeVinny in to the fullback position. 9:30 remaining, clock continues to roll. Ideally, you want to run about 5 or 6 more minutes off the clock and put the ball in the end zone if you're the Comets. Pistol set. Quick pass to Roderick Sowers. He catches it, makes a quick move, tries to run side to side. Probably should have went straight up the middle. He made a good first move, but then tried to run north and south instead of east and west. Fumbles the football. Tonkawa thinks they have it, and they do. The official signals that they have the football, and it'll be Tonkawa football at the Comet 42-yard line. Another unfortunate break, a great play to put yourself in position to get a first down. You just can't hang on to that football. Roderick Sowers made a great first move. I think if he would have ran more east and west with the direction of the field, I think he may have been a little bit more successful on that run. Morgan in the shotgun. Jackson next to him. Morgan, quick pass to Day. Day drops it. It's an incomplete pass. That pass was almost backwards. It could have been ruled a fumble, depending on the judgment call of the official. That was right in direct line with where the quarterback threw it from. It was close. But incomplete pass. It'll be 2nd down and 10 from the Comet 42-yard line. First pass we've seen from Morgan tonight. Day and Randall out at the receiver positions. Low snap, ball's on the ground. Morgan picks it up. He runs to the far sideline, and he's pushed out of bounds by Jack Brookshire. Jack Brookshire hanging tough. You thought Morgan was going to have a little bit of space, but Jack Brookshire did not let go. It's really just a gain of 2, 3rd and 8 for the Comets. I'm sure it's 4-down territory for the Buccaneers being at the 40-yard line. But if the Comets can get in the backfield right here, maybe force a punt. It's your best bet at a punt is getting somebody in the backfield right here. Probably a handoff to Jackson, I would assume. Now Morgan rolls out to his left, drops back to pass. He's looking deep. He's got a man open, and it's caught at the 1-yard line. That's Kai Day. Braden Strong was running with him at the safety position. Morgan throws a bit of a wobbly ball, but a good enough pass for Day to get under it. Led him pretty well. It'll be 1st and goal for the Buccaneers. Just a tough break for the Comets. A good 2 downs of defense. Just slipped up on one play. Got to limit those big plays if you're the Comets. 8:40 remaining in the half. 7-0. Tonkawa. I formation. Morgan hands off to Jackson. Jackson goes wide. Stiff arms a man. Breaks another tackle. Gets in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. Tonkawa. Cam Jackson for the Buccaneers. He's fast, he's strong. He's been hard to tackle so far, and we've only played a quarter and a half of football, not even. And you can tell he is hard to tackle. And Buccaneers are going to go for 2.
Timeout taken by Tonkawa.
Another timeout by Tonkawa. They'll have 1 left in the half. 8:27 remaining. Looks like the Buccaneers are going to go for 2. We'll see what happens coming out of this timeout after a break.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies.
And the Buccaneers are going to stick with the decision and elect to go for 2. It'll be a shotgun set, 3 wide to the near sideline. Jackson in the backfield with Morgan. Day in motion, handoff to Day. He's going wide and he's going to walk into the end zone. That's the second time they've run that play, and there's just nobody on the Comet defense to be found. Again, the focus is so much on Jackson. I think that might be the issue with Day breaking loose on 3 separate plays now. 1 big run, a big pass play, and that 2-point conversion. 8:23 remaining in the half, 15-0. The Tonkawa Buccaneers lead your Hinton Comets. Comets looking to find something to motivate them. One thing about this Comet football team is they have had a lot more confidence this year, considering that 4-2 record. First 4-0 start in a long time. I can't remember the last time that they started 4-0. We announced it the night of that game, but that's been a few weeks ago. But they play motivated football. They just got to find a little bit of momentum going into the half, maybe run this clock down to 2 minutes or even all the way down. Put the ball in the end zone, get yourself within 1 possession. As Tonkawa will receive the kick coming out of the half. Roderick Sowers, one of the up men, gets it. He trips, and he is frustrated with himself because he knew he had room. He had to make 1 cut on this near sideline, and he could have been in the end zone for 6. Comets will take over good field position, 33-yard line. Again, a show of the Buccaneers on the kickoff. Keeping it away from the deep man, kind of putting it a little bit high and end over end, one of those up men. But all 3 of those guys back there for the Comets can take one to the house at any moment. 2 wide to the far sideline, pistol set. Deviney next to Taylor. Fake the handoff to Jake Wright, rolls left, does Levi Taylor. He's looking deep, throws a bit of a wobbly pass, and Bradshaw catches it at the 25-yard line, and he's down at the 22. Exactly what the Comets needed to get something rolling. Levi Taylor, a little bit of a wobbly pass, but he puts enough mustard on it to get it to Braden Strong, who beat 3 men to go get that ball. He just split the defense, went up and caught it. Two to the far sideline. Deviney up behind the line of scrimmage. Jake Wright in the backfield. Levi Taylor hands off to Jake Wright. Cuts outside. Cuts back middle. Tries to lean forward. Probably gave himself an extra yard. Be 2nd and 9. 7:35 remaining. Comets need to chew a little bit more clock. Unless you can find a play that puts the ball in the end zone rather quickly and then get yourself a defensive stop. Comets still taking their time as usual. Comets want to give that defense a rest. This offense has improved week after week, but that defense is their strong point. Here's the power set to the right side. Handoff, Jake Wright. He's going to go just inside that power set, and he's still moving forward. He pushes forward for about 3 or 4 yards, and that's going to cut the yardage almost in half. It'll be 3rd and 6, maybe a long 5 for the Comets, as they are in 4-down territory. Inside that red zone, 16-yard line, 3rd down, 6:35 remaining in the half. Comets looking to cut this lead in half. Really tight set. Jake Wright is just behind Levi Taylor. Levi Taylor fakes the handoff to Jake Wright, gets it to Graydon DeVinny, coming on a short end around. He lined up behind the left side of the line of scrimmage. A little slot back position. There was nothing doing on that side. Line didn't get a great push initially. I think pound for pound, defensive line and offensive line for the Comets and Buccaneers are pretty even. 5:54 remaining, 4th and 6. Pistol set. Receiver to each side. And that's going to be a false start on Jake Wright from the tailback position. Just couldn't hold his set. You don't see that too often. Be 4th and 11. 5:45 remaining in the first half. Comets don't desperately need a score right here, but you'd really like one with the Buccaneers getting the ball back in the second half. You don't really want to go down 2 scores and give the ball back. That's going to be a timeout for the Comets. A little bit of confusion by Levi Taylor. Be 5:27 remaining first half. Timeout, Comets. We'll be back with you.
Tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented at the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise.
Comets come out of the timeout and pistol set. Bring Strong to the near sideline. Hunter Helms to the far. Levi Taylor looking to the right to pass. Bring Strong has it! And he makes a man miss it. He's in the end zone! Touchdown, Comets! Levi Taylor fakes to his left really quick with his eyes. Gets it to Braden Strong. Braden Strong goes up and high points it. Takes 1 step to the inside, and he's in the end zone. Braden Strong brought his A game tonight. Playing with a little pain. Braden Strong is also the holder. Ralston in for the extra point attempt. 5:22 remaining in the half. Snap good, ball down, kick on the way. It's high, it's good. 15-7, your Hinton Comets have cut this lead in half. A chance to get a defensive stop, get the ball back and score again before giving the ball back to the Buccaneers in the second half. That was just a great play by Levi Taylor and Braden Strong. Levi Taylor continuing to throw the ball better as each game goes by. Last year, his first year at quarterback, he struggled at times, but improved throughout the season. And then this year, he's just come on strong, throwing that ball well. Braden Strong doing a great job of catching passes from Levi Taylor. He's had a couple games where he struggled, but that's going to happen. Right now, you got to think about, do you throw the ball a little bit more with the way the run game just has kind of stalled a little bit? And the passing game, the Buccaneers secondary kind of looks lost. We have receivers breaking open on those passes. Couple miscues and a fumble. Kind of the difference in this game. Ralston will be back to kick it off. He's going to boot it high. He's going to kick it away from Cam Jackson. Probably not a bad idea. And that's Peyton Keith on the return. Decent field position for the Buccaneers at the 30-yard line. Comet defense looking to get this ball back. 5:16 remaining. What you don't want to do is let the Buccaneers get a score right here to where they get the ball back and could go up by 3 scores rather quickly. Kind of a game-changing possession going into the half right here. Jackson and Morgan in the backfield. 3 receivers to the far sideline. The snap. Morgan looks to pass. He's looking over the middle. He's got a man wide open. Oh, there was nobody around Noah Campbell. He was covered at the line of scrimmage. Not sure what exactly happened. I think the safety was playing deep. Safety being Levi Taylor. Because Braden Strong went up to cover. Not sure what exactly happened right there. Comets can't allow chunk plays. Can't allow any big plays. Got to get in that backfield. Morgan and Jackson in the backfield. Morgan takes the snap. Hands off to Jackson. Jackson, a burst of speed, and he's at the far sideline. He's going to cut back inside. Cut back out. He's brought down. He is fast. Braden Strong and Hunter Helms on the tackle. 4:36 remaining in the first half. Comets have to limit those big plays. Jackson kind of running free. Good player, hard to tackle. Kind of really has all the tools. He stands about 5'5", but he's muscular, he's speedy, he's strong, and he's shifty side to side. Shotgun set, 3 wide again, near sideline this time. Morgan hands it off to Jackson, tries to cut it outside, and that time he's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. And if you're the Comets, even after that big play, you still have a chance to either get this ball back or keep the score as is, which is the worst case scenario. Worst case scenario, keep the score 15-7 going into half. Best case scenario, get the ball back, go score. That's what you're thinking if you're the Comets. You cannot let them in the end zone. And that was a great defensive play, stopping Cam Jackson in the backfield for a loss of 2. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bucks. Day in motion. High snap. It's over the head of Morgan. Ball's on the ground. The whistle's going to be, play's going to be blown dead. It'll be a false start on the Buccaneers. Comets may have recovered that ball. If there's no false start on that play, they may have recovered that ball. That's going to be 2nd and 17. Comets catching another break. 3:17 remaining. Shotgun set. Morgan's going to pitch it to Jackson. Jackson breaks a tackle. Hunter Helms brings him down at the 5-yard line, and that's going to be a 1st and goal. Just a tough break for the Comets. I think it was Jake Wright that went for his feet. He just slipped right out of it. He's just quick. Be 2:45 remaining in the first half. 1st and goal from the 5-yard line. Morgan takes the snap, hands it off to Jackson, goes up the middle. And he's going to be down at the 4-yard line. Good stop by the Comets. Again, they can still make a defensive stand right here. Goals are still there to gain. And even if you allow a field goal right here, I still think you're in a good position for the Comets. Just cannot let them get in the end zone. I formation, Morgan under center. Handoff to Jackson up the middle, and he's thrown in the end zone.
Touchdown, Tonkawa.
1:58 remaining. That'll make the score 21-7. Buccaneers lead your Hinton Comets. Comets had a couple plays where they could have capitalized, but two big plays by Jackson just kind of cut the cord on that defensive stand as the Buccaneers are ready to go for two. Single back set, Morgan under center. Handoff, Jackson, kind of slow plays it, waiting for a blocker. Not sure what happened there. Jake Wright and Alexis Valdespino are there to swallow it up. 21-7.
Comets, may I have your attention, please? All kitty cheerleaders, please come meet at the west end of the stadium.
21-7 is the score with 1:58 remaining. I think if you're the Comets, you want to try and go down and score. Even though it's not your identity to throw the ball a ton, I think you got to take a chance right here and cut this lead back to one possession again with the Buccaneers getting the football in the second half. Your defense has played well. You just kind of struggled stopping Cam Jackson. Nobody else has really been a threat for the Comets outside of Kai Day. But I think that is in due part to the focus on Jackson. Both really good players, but I think the focus on Jackson is allowing Day to be open on some plays. As Brendan Ochoa is ready to boot it away to the Comets. And he boots it short again. Sowers is going to take this one from the 20. Moves outside, cuts back in, across the 40, gets it up to close to the 45-yard line. Great return by Roderick Sowers. Just kind of powers forward and lowers his head. He might be looking for a big play, but I think he's just really trying to set his team up in good position to drive this ball down the field in 1:52. Comets have 2 timeouts remaining. Every opportunity to go score right here, and then you're in the same position as you were in just a couple minutes ago. Pistol set. Sowers to the far sideline. Braden Strong to the near. Braden Strong is going to take a pass, and he's met immediately. 5-yard gain. Way to hang on to the ball for Braden Strong. His hands are there tonight. Playing a little hurt. He's got a sleeve on that right leg. Kind of fighting through a little bit of pain. Another pass. Roderick Sowers catches it right at the first down marker. He's going to get an unfavorable spot. I believe he caught that beyond the 45 of the Buccaneers, but they're going to spot him about a half yard short. It'll be 3rd down, 1:15 remaining. Comets moving. Green DeVinny in the backfield, I formation. Levi Taylor, quarterback sneak. And the near sidelines official calls a false start. That's going to put him back to a 3rd and 6. Coming up on 1 minute remaining. Still no need to panic for the Comets. You got 2 timeouts remaining. You're at the 50-yard line. Pistol set. Levi Taylor drops back to pass, looking for Braden Strong. He's going to get a swing pass to Jake Wright. Jake Wright drops the ball. He's seen a man, heard footsteps. I think that swing pass was just floated a little too high. If it gets to him quicker, he probably has the opportunity to make a move, cut back inside, maybe get towards the near sideline to get out of bounds and stop the clock and save a timeout. It'll be 4th down. The Comets are going to punt it away. Ralston grabs the high snap, a wobbly, halfway spiraling kick, and it'll roll all the way down to the Buccaneer 10-yard line. 33 seconds remaining, 21-7. Do not be surprised if the Buccaneers try and go score right here. If you're the Comets, you just want to maintain right now. Go into the half, 21-7. No more scores. Fortunately, the Buccaneers only have one timeout remaining, and they got to go 90 yards with one timeout in 33 seconds. Comets really just need to contain. Don't give up any big plays to put them in a position to call that timeout. And the Buccaneers are just going to go to a knee and take it to the half. I think if you're the Buccaneers, that's smart. Being at the 10-yard line, you don't want to give up a turnover. This close, with the Comets having 2 timeouts, it's just not a risk many teams or coaches are willing to take. And that's going to take us to half. Your Comets trail the Tonkawa Buccaneers 21-7. Second half football will be coming up shortly for your Hinton Comets.
Get started by going to Diesel Horse Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorse get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
2 words, cashback. 2 more words, you're welcome. Remember that jar in your dresser where you would throw your loose change at the end of the day? Then occasionally, you take the jar to the bank to have it counted and enjoy a bit of a surprise to find there is more in there than you thought. That's Square One Banking, the account with a virtual money jar, and it's offered exclusively by Legacy Bank.
Feeding the industry.
It's no secret Pioneer Cellular cares about the students of our communities because we're in your communities with more retail locations than any other carrier in Western Oklahoma. It's no secret that we provide opportunities for students to learn remotely with distance learning plans and MiFi devices. We also help these schools live stream their games so family members across the country don't miss the action. We sponsor schools and colleges because your children deserve the best. Pioneer Cellular. It's no secret.
Stream with Oklahoma's #1 high school streaming service, Squirtle.tv. Find out more at squirtle.com/stream.
At Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, we've helped a lot of people, and our goal was to treat each and every person like a friend. And as a friend, we've got your back always. We understand what you're going through. Being lawyers is what we do, but it's not all that we are. We care. We'll stand beside you throughout the entire legal process, not just as lawyers, but as your friends. We are Maples Nixon Diesel Horse, and we are here to help.
Welcome back to Comet Football. Tonkawa Buccaneers leading your Hinton Comets 21-7. Tonkawa again comes in at 6-1. Their lone loss is a non-district loss to Perry, 13-12 early in the year. I believe that was week 2 or 3. Undefeated in district play, 3-0, sit atop of the district along with Cashin, who is also 3-0. Comets come in at 4-2, 0-2 in district play, 2 close district losses, a 1-possession 18-16 loss to OCA here about a month ago. They had a bye week after that, played Cashin 2 weeks ago. Lost to them 12-0. Tough battle against the #1 team in the state. And then a bye week last week. Comets are healthy. Playing fairly well tonight. A few mistakes, a couple fumbles, and just allowing big plays from Cam Jackson is the biggest thing to take away from the first half. Now, you can't put too much focus on Cam Jackson because Kai Day has broken away for a big play on a jet sweep, and he's caught a long 30-plus yard pass. So he's an athlete you got to worry about. Tonkawa will receive to start the second half. They'll be moving east to west. Again, Comets ideally need to win 2 out of these last 3 to have a shot at a playoff berth. And we'll be about ready to go here in about a minute as Josh Ralston trots out to get set up for the kickoff. It's Kai Day back to return the kick. Also back to return is Peyton Keith. I imagine the Comets are going to try and keep it away from, that's Cam Jackson back there. They're going to try and keep it away from him. Probably put the ball over to Keith. Maybe boot it a little bit short so they have time to get down the field. High and short. And here goes Ralston. We are underway, second half football. Ralston kicks it deep. Ball's on the ground. Keith picks it up. Going wide to the far sideline, and he's chopped down by Roderick Sowers. Great play by Roderick Sowers, taking away his feet.
5-yard line. Where Tonkawa will begin their first drive. Taken out.
Ball is going to be placed at the 25-yard line, or just beyond it. And 75 yards to go for the Tonkawa Buccaneers. Hinton Comets looking for a stop right away. Really need a turnover. Losing the turnover battle 2-0 right now. Usually the Comets prevail in that department. Looking for a turnover. Handoff Cam Jackson. He's met immediately by Seth Spady. Seth Spady coming out with a little motivation. Dropping down the man in the backfield. Cam Jackson. And if you're looking for a turnover and you're the Comets, maybe hard to get one from Cam Jackson. You're going to have to find it in other ways. Maybe a quarterback dropping back for a pass, strip sack, an interception. Force him into a pass play to where you can get the ball out of Jackson's hands. And that's going to be a false start on the Buccaneers. Good start to the half for the Comets. It'll be 2nd and 15. After Cam Jackson was dropped for no gain by the big man Seth Spady, making his presence felt early in this second half. Shotgun set. Morgan takes the snap, fakes the pitch, and he's wrapped up immediately again. Seth Spady. I will mention as he trotted onto the field, he was trying to fire himself up, and he makes 2 big plays right off the bat. It's going to be 3rd and 15. You got to watch the slot man, Kai Day. He's on the near sideline. Braden Strong covering him tight. Tanner Morgan rolls out to his right. And that's going to be another false start on the Buccaneers. Buccaneers are all out of sorts. 2 penalties on this drive. 2 plays for no gain. In due part to the Comets coming out a little bit more motivated this half. Still a good ball game, still a close ball game. Comets have a chance. Ball's at the 15-yard line of the Buccaneers, 3rd and 20. Keep everything in front of you if you're the Comets. Line to gain is the 35. Morgan rolls to his right. Little jump pass to his left. Ball's put on the ground. And Jackson is going to get across the first down marker. That pass was low. Cam Jackson grabs it off his shoestrings and just makes moves. That's what you can't have if you're the Comets. Get the ball out of Jackson's hands. Put yourself in a position to get the ball out of his hands. Cover him tight. You can't have a letdown right there. You can't have a mental letdown after that big play. You got to get back up, get reset, look for another 3rd down. Day in motion, takes the handoff, jet sweep, goes to the far sideline. He's met, and he's dragged down for, we'll call it a 3-yard gain, 2nd and 7. .905 remaining. Comets got to get in the backfield to meet Jackson almost immediately. They got time with this shotgun set. Day being covered close by Strong. Jackson up the middle, and he's met for about a 2-yard gain. And that's what you got to do if you're the Comets. You may not stop him immediately or drop him for a loss. Just contain him. Don't let him get open for a big play. Third down and a long 4 for the Buccaneers. Handoff to Jackson, going to the far sideline. He's met right at the first down, but he just powers forward. He's strong. He's not just fast, he is strong. There is a flag down on the play. Looks like this ball is going to be moved back. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now for the Bucks. And that's going to be a false start on the Buccaneers. A lot of flags being thrown tonight. Buccaneers really shooting themselves in the foot with the flags that they've received. Comets, I believe, only have 1 penalty on the night. That's a category that they need to keep consistent with the way it's going right now. Shotgun set, Morgan going to take the snap, rolls right, looks to pass, looking deep over the middle, and it's going to be picked up by Roger Sales. He's up the near sideline, spin move to the 25. Down to the 22. There's that turnover we were talking about. Roderick Sowers leaps up big time into the air and goes and gets that ball. He actually met his own man. They both jumped the route. I believe that was Braden Strong that he met with. Roderick Sowers, luckily, it goes into one of their hands, and he comes down with it, runs up the field for about 15 yards. And the Comets are in business inside the 25-yard line. Levi Taylor Pistol set. Jake Wright lined up behind him. Both receivers near sideline. That's Strong and Helms. Fakes the handoff to Jake Wright, and he's open for a pass for Brad Strong, and he breaks the tackle. He's down to the 2, the 1. And he's going to be down at the 1. A little trickeration by the Comets. Levi Taylor faked the handoff to Jake Wright. Pitches it to Braden Strong, the former quarterback. Jake Wright is wide open, and he gets the ball down to the 1-yard line. Comets looking to punch this in, make this a ball game. Jake Wright up the middle, breaks the tackle. He's going to be stopped for no gain. 7 minutes remaining, third quarter. Be second and short. Let's see if this veteran offensive line can't open up a big hole for Big Jake Wright. It's going to be a quarterback sneak to the right, and he's pushed into the end zone. Touchdown, Comets! The big play by Roderick Sowers, followed up by another big play, a little trickeration by the man, the myth, the legend, Grant Potter. Pending this extra point, this could be a 7-point ball game. Snap good, ball down, kick on the way. It's high, it's right down the middle. 6:35 remaining in the third quarter. Comets right back in this ball game with a defensive turnover. 21-14. All right, Josh Ralston boots it away. It's a low, wobbly, and it's bounced around on the ground. Oh, he kicked a low, wobbly kick, and it almost ended up working out for the Comets. The third level of the kickoff team, man just bounced off his chest, and you got a Comet about 5 yards away if another man wasn't sitting there for the Buccaneers. Comets have a man on the ground. It's number 20, Clayton Tucker, I believe. And that was Clayton Tucker down on the near sideline. He walks off under his own power. Looks like he's doing all right on the sideline. We sure hope so. It'll be 1st and 10. 29-yard line for the Buccaneers. Morgan takes the snap, hands off to Jackson. He cuts it outside quickly. Roderick Sowers meets him, misses the tackle. Brandon Strong drags him down. A big gain for Cam Jackson. Cam Jackson getting plenty of blocks on the outside. Do believe they've been holding just a little bit. Those holes are awfully big. Comets are usually pretty good at tackling. Cam Jackson is a hard man to tackle, but when you're holding, it does make it a little bit easier to find free space. Morgan takes a snap. It's a little bit low. Throws a quick pass. That's out to Randall. He gains about 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6. Probably something the Comets weren't expecting. That might have been the idea behind that play. Comets are there to swarm around it for a minimal gain. Comets again, once they get this back to an even score, I think they'll play a little more freely and play with a little more confidence. Right now, I think they're just kind of getting backed into a corner at times, kind of looking for a play. And a flag comes out inadvertently from the far sideline judge. He waves it off. Handoff, Cam Jackson goes outside, far sideline, and he's stuffed for a 2-yard gain. That's Clifton Craighead. He's playing one of the safety positions along with Levi Taylor. As Braden Strong moves to a corner spot with his brother Tyler Strong being out with an injury right now. Clifton Craighead comes in and does a good job. Handoff, Cam Jackson up the middle. He's met, breaks away from a tackle, and then he's stuffed. Right after that, a swarm of Comets. That'll make it 4th and 2. Comets really need to stack the line of scrimmage right here, see if they can't make a stop. You want to be fairly careful. You don't want to see Cam Jackson bounce outside, but I believe you do want to crowd that line of scrimmage just a little bit more right here. That's exactly what they do. Linebackers move up. A pitch to Cam Jackson, and he's met by Braden Strong and Jake Wright. He's going nowhere. A loss of 1. Perfect execution. The Buccaneers go with the option play to the right, and the Comets were all over it. The outside guys. Braden Strong. And the middle linebacker, Jake Wright, just meet him and swallow him up. Nowhere to go for Cam Jackson. And the Comets are in business, looking to tie this ball game up. 4:07 remaining, 3rd quarter, pistol set. Sowers near sideline, Strong far sideline. Quick pass to Braden Strong, high points it. Has to go up and get it a little bit. He gains a couple on the play, that's okay. If that pass is a little bit lower, the coverage was backed off of Braden Strong enough. He may have been to make a move outside, cut back inside, and found space. Comets got to keep their composure, stay settled down. Not get too excited, execute, run the plays you're supposed to run, get good blocks. You have the ball, you got all the time in the world. Handoff, Jake Wright, cuts outside, he's got a little bit of room, slip, gets across the first down marker, across midfield and down at the 45-yard line of the Buccaneers, Jake Wright. Stuck his left leg in the ground and slipped a little bit. May have tweaked some, but he's staying out there. He's toughing it out. Tried to plant, and he slipped a little bit. I formation for the Comets, too wide. Fakes the pitch. Graydon Devaney is going to have a good gain on the play. That's a gain of 6. The freshman finding a hole. The offensive line making a few changes, doing their job, and controlling the line of scrimmage, wearing down this defense. That's what the Comets have to do. You're looking to tie up the ball game. You're also looking to wear down this defense. Empty backfield. Levi Taylor all alone. Clayton Tucker in motion, and that's going to be a false start, I believe, on Graydon Devaney. Graydon Devaney lined up in that slot back position just behind Thomas Strother and Case Bowling. That big man right side. That right side is loaded up with Case Bowling. Thomas Strother and Seth Spady. Check that, that's Zach Huxell. So Case Bowling, Zach Huxell, and Seth Spady all on that right side. Emilio Gonzalez and Ryan Lytle on the left, with Ralston as the center. Clayton Tucker gets a fake jet sweep, and there's a pass out to Seth Spady, and he rumbles forward. That's going to be a gain of 5. Getting Seth Spady involved. Something we've kind of been looking for tonight. He just rolls off the line of scrimmage. It looked like kind of a pick and roll on a basketball court. He literally rolled off the line of scrimmage, goes for an out route, catches a pass, quick one from Levi Taylor. Successful yardage. Jake Wright takes one up the middle, gains a couple. It's going to be 4th down and 4. Little extracurricular activity, and there are no flags on the field. It's been getting a little chippy out there on the side of the Buccaneers. Comets doing a good job keeping their composure. 1:20 remaining, third quarter. 4th and 4. They're going to go for it inside the 40. It's usually the case. You trust your defense. Pistol set. Too wide to the near sideline. Takes a snap. Looks to pass. He's going to roll left, and it's picked off by Kai Day. Tried to thread the needle to, I want to say Jake Wright, maybe Braden Strong, not sure who was there. Jake Wright's down on the field. He looks like he's in a little bit of pain. And I think it'll just be a cramp as he's getting stretched out by the trainer. Comets can't get down on themselves. Levi Taylor trying to make something happen. It's on 4th down. You kind of got to do that right there. You feel like a flag should be thrown with the extra stuff that's going on after the play, but it's not. And it'll frustrate you as a coach and a player, but you got to play on. And Levi Taylor trying to make something happen. It just wasn't there. And you got to give him credit for trying to make a play. He rolled out to his left. Maybe could have ran. Don't know if he would have had a first down. He had Jake Wright on the swing pass, and then I think he tried to thread the needle to Braden Strong, who it was, and it just wasn't there. And Jake Wright comes off the field under his own power, limping a little bit. He got a little bit of a cramp. He's trying to stretch it out. He's going to be good. And the ball's at the 35-yard line. That was Kai Day on the interception. 55 seconds remaining, third quarter. I formation. Morgan hands it to Cam Jackson. Cam Jackson finds a hole in the middle. And he gets a first down across the 50 down to the 49-yard line. He's kind of bouncing off of people a little bit. He's getting good blocks. There's probably a hold or two in there. But not obvious enough to call a flag. I would imagine with as big and strong as Comets defensive line is, there's got to be a hole down there somewhere. I formation again. Handoff to the fullback Day, and he's met immediately. That's Seth Spady. Seth Spady dropping back to that linebacker position with Jake Wright out on the sideline with a cramp. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Your Comets trail the Tonkawa Buccaneers 21-14.
Is it time for your school or business to purchase a new phone system? Give the experts at Versatile Networks a call. In most cases, we can provide a phone system with brand new phones for less than your current monthly bill. Call us for a free quote today.
Allegiant Marketing Group produces inbound lead generation for our clients through integrated traditional and digital campaigns. We continuously develop new strategies, tactics, and productive efficiencies so you can reach your target market and get a measurable return on investment. This fast-paced world demands for your products and services to be presented.
And back on the field are both teams for a fourth quarter. It should be an exciting fourth quarter. Buccaneers moving west to east now. 2nd and 7 from the 46-yard line of the Comets. I formation. Handoff to Jackson. Jackson stumbles around in the backfield, breaks loose, and he's dropped for a 1-yard loss. That was Ralston. Kind of tripped him up in the backfield, made him stumble around, allowed for more Comets to come in on the play, and it's going to be 3rd down and 8 for the Buccaneers. If you want to force a punt, I think you got to drop them for no gain or a loss in the backfield if you're the Comets. They can't gain any yardage right here. I formation. Fakes the handoff. Morgan, the pass, near sideline, far sideline, and it's way too high for Randall on the far sideline. And it's going to be 4th down. Let's see what the Buccaneers elect to do. Great 3rd down stop for the Comets. Tight coverage. Braden Strong was there regardless if the throw was on point or not. Morgan put a little too much on that. And it looks like the Buccaneers are going to elect a punt on 4th and 8. It's Ochoa on the punt. It's a good spiraling punt, but it's going to be way too deep in the end zone. Comets are going to have good field position, a chance to tie this ball game. Plenty of time left, 11:09 in the fourth quarter. A tough, old-fashioned gridiron football game right here.
At the moment your buyers need them. Targeted and innovative marketing creates your success. Call AMG today, your marketing partner.
Dr. Matt Dieselhorst at Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics can help you get game day.
Comets in the shotgun set. Jake Wright back out there. Levi Taylor rolls to his right. He's going to find a little bit of room, and he's down at the 30-yard line. No gain. Flag on the play. False start. False starts are kind of getting called a little bit late. The play went all the way to the end right there. 1st and 15 from the 15-yard line. Comets have every bit of a chance. Go ahead and tie this ball game up. Levi Taylor takes a snap, rolls out right, has room, spins out of a tackle. There just wasn't blocking on the outside. He had the blocking up front. I think his receivers had good blocks on the guys they did block, but I think they were supposed to come inside and put a block on that outside linebacker. Sniffed Levi Taylor out. And that was 34, Luke Shepard. Kind of sniffed out the play. Be 2nd and 14. See if they go back to the passing game. It's worked fairly well. Swing pass, Jake Wright. He's got a little bit of room, but he cuts back inside. I think on that one, if he goes outside, he may have a little bit more room, but he cut back inside where his defenders actually came from, and they just kind of squared him up. If he runs outside, he might be able to beat him speed for speed. Nevertheless, it's 3rd down and 14. Levi Taylor drops back to pass. He's rolling to his right. He's got a little bit of room. Finds some room across the 20, and he's brought down by number 72. I think there's a lot of extra going on with the tackles. Feel like you should tackle, get off of them. None of that wrestling afterwards. And odd snap. Josh Ralston gets it away. It's a spiraling kick. Bounces at the 47, and it's going to roll all the way down to the 41 of the Buccaneers. Comets clearly still in the ball game. 21-14, 9:05 remaining. Defense needs one more play. Comets have one takeaway already tonight. Buccaneers with 2 takeaways. Both fumbles. Comets have an interception. And the Buccaneers up to the line quickly. I formation, they've gone with this most of the last few plays that they've ran. To the fullback, that's number 34, I believe. That's 34, Luke Shepard for the Buccaneers. Probably giving Cam Jackson a little bit of rest, rightfully so. He has been their best player tonight. Hard man to stop. Comets have stopped him pretty well the last couple of possessions that the Buccaneers have had. At least containing him for short gains. 2nd and 6. Handoff to Cam Jackson. Wide open hole up the middle. He's at the 35 to 30. He stops. He's pushed out of bounds by Hunter Helms. And that's going to be a huge play that you do not want if you're the Comets. Those are the big chunk plays that you've got to limit. And there's just been too many of them tonight. Comets still got to stay mentally tough right here and know that they have a chance to still win this ball game with 8 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter. I formation. Got to get a good push on the front 4. Handoff to Luke Shepard. He's stuffed immediately. Valdespino, Helms, Emilio Gonzalez, all on the stop. Buccaneers may be trying to get creative. So much focus on Jackson. And it's probably nice for them to give him a little bit of a break. I formation. Morgan hands it off to Jackson. Jackson's got room on the right side. He breaks another tackle. He's going to stiff arm another. And he's going to be stopped at the 1 yard line. He's just a tough man to stop. He makes one move and gets outside. There hasn't been a holding call tonight on either side. You got to think, with as much space as he's had, even though he is a really talented tailback, There's got to be holding somewhere. Just too much space. Single back set. Morgan hands it off to Shepard. And Shepard moves it a yard and gets it in for the touchdown. 6:40 remaining in the fourth quarter. PAT in waiting. Although the Buccaneers have gone for two. Their last two touchdowns, so quite possibly they could be going for two right here. And that is what they'll do. They're going to go for two. The offense is going to stay on the field for the Buccaneers. And the Buccaneers are going to call a timeout on the two-point conversion. Probably a smart timeout, because if you put this two-point conversion, if it's good, that puts you up by 15 with 6 minutes left. 6:40 remaining. Comets trail 27-14.
Ready. Dr. Dieselhorst works with athletes of all ages, taking a coordinated approach to accelerate return to play and maximize athletic performance. His work with pros in sports training, injury prevention, bracing, functional rehabilitation, and imaging works seamlessly with his medical and surgical expertise. Get started by going to Dieselhorst Sports and Orthopedics. Let Dr. Matt Dieselhorst get you back on the field, backing all Oklahoma athletes on the field and off.
Support your school's booster club and get your business in front of thousands of potential customers. Talk about a win-win. Advertising packages start on this streaming station for less than $10 a game. Call 405-726-0835 or email adam@squirtle.com right now for more information.
2 words, cashback.
And coming out of the timeout, the Buccaneers in a shotgun formation. That's Day in motion. He's going to cut back inside, and he's brought down by Seth Spady. That's a big stop. Comets continue to trail 27-14, 6:40 remaining in the game. It's a big stop because if you put yourself in position to go score right here, you're only down 6, and the extra point on a second touchdown would win it for the Comets. Plenty of time left. You got all 3 timeouts left. I think you got to get down the field quick on this possession. Leave yourself at least 3 minutes on that clock in order to get a stop. But you got to get a quick stop. It's got to be a 3 and out. It got to be a quick score and a 3 and out. And potentially an onside kick. Ochoa is set to kick it off. And he boots a line drive end over end. It gets back to Braden Strong, the man we want in ball in his hands. He makes a couple moves. He breaks free. Another stiff arm, fights forward across the 30. Again, more extracurricular activity, no flag. Not sure why there's not just a tackle and kids getting up off the ground and walking to their own sidelines. We're going to play on. 6:32 remaining. Like I said, Comets need to score quick. At least need 3 minutes left on the clock after this touchdown to give themselves time for a 3-down stop. Drops back to pass. Levi Taylor rolls right. He's got room to run. He needs to get out of bounds. He's going to cut back inside, and he gets across the first down. The clock will stop while the chains move. 44-yard line. Good improvisation by Levi Taylor. Nobody open within 2 or 3 seconds. He gets out of the pocket. Comets really got to move quick. Too much time coming off the clock already. Quick pass to Braden Strong. He curls outside, gets out of bounds, and there's a late hit, no flag. 49-yard line. It'll be 2nd and 5. 6:04 remaining. Clock is stopped. As Braden Strong did the smart thing and curled out of bounds after he caught that ball. I think the Comets will find success in the passing game. I think that's where the weakness is for this Buccaneer defense. Pump fakes, throws it deep, a wobbly pass. Braden Strong catches it! He goes up, his man falls down as he goes up. I think he stepped out of bounds after he caught that. Referee didn't see it. Either way, it's a caught pass. That would have just helped the clock being stopped, but the Comets are down at the 21-yard line. Braden Strong having himself a night. Levi Taylor throwing the ball well, under pressure. He got hit as he released that ball. I formation. Fakes the pitch, hands off to Jake Wright. Another flag. It's a false start. The far sideline official has been throwing the flag for the false start quite a bit tonight. Comets have 5:25 remaining, clock's rolling. Down by 2 possessions. If they can put this ball in rather quickly, they got a really good shot at coming back in this game. Pass to Seth Spady. He rumbles forward. He's still rumbling forward inside the 20. Comets got to get up to the line. They need to continue to move. Getting Seth Spady involved, I think that's a great idea for the Comets. He's a hard man to tackle. Get a pass to him inside the 10. He may take it for 6. Ball inside the 20. We are in red zone territory, 2nd and 8. Shotgun set, 3 wide. Levi Taylor rolls to his left, cuts back in, cuts back outside, gets a good gain. Some of the Comet players looks like they're upset, not sure what's going on out there. 4:22 remaining, 21. Clock continuing to roll. Levi Taylor, shotgun set. They might try and go for the end zone on this play. And that'll be an incomplete pass. His arm was going forward. The Buccaneers sideline is not happy. I believe his arm was going forward. A man broke free for the Buccaneers right through the middle of the line. 3:58, the clock stopped. It is 4th down. I think if you're the Comets, you got to go ahead and go for this first down. Not try for one in the end zone, but just get that first down, give yourself a new set of downs. And then I think you can get another first down before you put it in the end zone, but at that point you probably want to try and shoot for the end zone if you get this first down. Levi Taylor drops back to pass. Has Roderick Sowers. And it's over his head, and that's going to be an incomplete pass. Turnover on downs. It'll be Tonkawa football with 3:53 remaining. Comets still got to continue to fight. You always have a chance. If there's time on that clock, you always have a chance. They still have 3 timeouts. Their strength is on the field. You might find yourself getting a turnover right here. Put yourself right back in the ball game. I formation for the Buccaneers. Handoff to Jackson. He's met immediately by Brookshire. Brookshire's going to drive him backwards.
Tackle made by a group of Comets, led by Jack Brookshire. Flag on the plate.
And there's a flag. I think there was offsetting, unsportsmanlike penalties on both sides. This is the first one called tonight, and it happened to be offsetting penalties. Single back set. Handoff today. He's running right, and he's going to get drugged down by Craighead. And Braden Strong. It'll be third down. Not sure I agree with not saying I disagree with the unsportsmanlike penalties, but I think there should have been a few more called earlier in the game, as it's been chippy for a while now, and I think the Comets have done a good job of keeping their composure. 3rd and 4. 3:10 remaining. I formation. Comets need a stop. They hand it off to the fullback. I think that's Shepard. Excuse me, that was second down. Now it's third down. 3rd down and 3, under 3 minutes. I think Comets are salvaging those 3 timeouts for their next defensive possession, or if the Buccaneers happen to get this first down, Comets got to get penetration, man in motion, I formation, Comets shift, handoff. That's Jackson, and he stopped short. Again, extracurricular activity on the Buccaneers side, no flag. Ball on the 25-yard line for the Buccaneers, and they're going to punt. That's a Choa back to punt. Letting the clock run down, 1:54, continuing to roll, 10 seconds on the play clock. Not sure why, but they snapped it before the clock gets way down there. Comets trying to go for a block. Does not go. Ball's down at the 26-yard line, 1:40 remaining. Comets got to move quick. They still got a chance. You got all 3 timeouts. You got a chance to go score and kick an onside kick right here. Could put you in position to make this a ball game. It still is a ball game. I imagine this is going to be pass plays all the way down. 1:40 exactly on the clock in the game. Levi Taylor drops back, presses forward, looking for the sideline, cuts back in. He's dropped at the 30.
Gain of 3 on the QB scramble. 2nd down and 7.
He gets hit hard. He's going to get back up. He wants to keep playing. Clock's continuing to roll. Comets got to move quick. Pistol set. Comets taking a little too much time. Quick pass to Braden Strong, and he drops it. I think Levi Taylor's a little banged up from that last play. Kind of threw that ball a little awkward. It ended up being a spiraled ball, but Didn't quite look right coming out of Levi Taylor's hand, and there's a flag on the play. Pass interference on the offense. I wish I could explain that call, but I don't think I can because I'm not sure where that came from. It'll be third down and I believe close to 20, 17. Levi Taylor drops back to pass. There's another flag on the play before the whistle. It's going to be offside on the defense. The flags are moving around. There's probably been more flags than there has plays tonight. 45 seconds remaining in the game. Comets have all 3 timeouts left. They're probably looking to throw a ball probably right at the 50-yard line. I think they're going to have to give themselves a chance. Levi Taylor drops back, 3-step drop, throws one a little high, and it's picked off by Randall. And he's going to go up the right sideline, cuts back in, and he's going to return it for 6. And that's going to make the score 33-14. Your Comets trail. Just unfortunate. Trying to make something happen was Levi Taylor, and just a little high. May have been banged up from that previous play. A couple plays ago, actually. Just unfortunate. Ochoa on for the extra point. 20 seconds remaining. Extra point almost blocked. And that ball knuckles to the left, and it's no good. Score remains 33-14. Your Hinton Comets trailing the Tonkawa Buccaneers. Just a few unfortunate plays that happened for the Comets. Too many big plays on the behalf of Cam Jackson of the Buccaneers. Comets gave themselves a chance. With a turnover and a quick score, but just not enough offensive firepower to really keep up with this athletic Buccaneer team. But you got to think about it. This Comet team has gotten better throughout the year. They just happen to play a little bit tougher opponents the past few weeks. They're in a tough district. Now they're in a position where they got to win these next 2 to find a playoff spot. They just got to keep their heads high. They're playing fairly well right now. The mistakes are going to happen. Ochoa boots one on the ground, a little squib kick. Braden Strong trying to make something happen, has room up the middle, runs into his own man, and gets up to the 38-yard line.
Ball down to the return, 38-yard line. Comets ball, first and 10.
Good on Braden Strong helping up one of his opponents. 11 seconds remaining. 33-14, Buccaneers lead. Comets may just heave one up in the air, probably in the direction of Braden Strong. And that's what Levi Taylor does, and the defender runs into Braden Strong just as he turns around. That's going to be pass interference. With 7 seconds remaining, this will look like he didn't want to call that. It looked frustrated that he had to. It's not really the first time it's happened tonight, but it's the first time it's being called. 7 seconds remaining, 33-14, Comets trail. Ball's at the Buccaneer 48. Thomas will take one more shot for the end zone. Clock's running. Takes a snap. Drops back. Takes his time. Throws one deep. It's in the direction of Hunter Helms, and it's going to go down to the ground. Comets drop another heartbreaker. Playing tough football, but the score at the end of the game for this one, Tonkawa 33, Hinton 14. Next week, Hinton will host Crescent in another pivotal district game. These next two games are super important for the Hinton Comets. Must win. They dropped to 4-3 on the season, 0-3 in district play. Buccaneers improved to 7-1, 4-0 in district play. We'll see you next week for more Comet football.